What's up everybody, I'm Sunny. Welcome back to another Injustice 2 Showcase Series video. In this video series we check out all the epic gear sets, all the individual epic pieces, and then I'll go into practice mode and check out all the character abilities. If you do enjoy the video, really appreciate you hitting that like button. I have also listed my Twitch and Twitter in the description if you're interested in watching some streams or maybe following on Twitter, get some latest scoops on what is going on. I'm trying to get involved in using some of that stuff, but so I'm still in the beginning. But anyways, if you're interested, check it out. But anyway, let's get into looking at this showcase series video. We are checking out Cyborg today. I only again have a couple left, this one and Atrocitus, and then some of the DLC stuff and some pieces that I cannot find for some reason. But like always, the very first epic loadout is going to be just random epic pieces that I put together that try to make I guess different from all the epic gear sets, which I think I've done. This is pretty much a basic type of loadout. It just has armor, nothing flashy on the cannon, nothing flashy on his chest piece or arms or headpiece or anything like that. No crazy pieces sticking out anywhere. Just your basic loadout. Doesn't look too bad. Have the full back shader on there, so it's like a grayish blue with a little bit of red. But let's check out the epic gear sets now. The first epic gear set is going to be called Star Labs Experimental. It includes his torso and his legs. I have the full back alternate shader on there. So like a white with a maroon or red looking color. Chest piece, shoulder pads look a lot different. He has those, I guess, little things that go over his shoulder pads. And then on his headpiece, he has, I guess, that little extra metal piece on the side of his face. Little armor around his hips, legs, arm pieces around his forearms look a lot different as well. Check out the bonuses, what we get. 2 out of 2 while on the second health bar and under 15% health. For each 1% under, Cyborg gains 1% increased damage. So best case scenario, you have 1% health left, then you're only getting 14% increased damage. And although that's an increase in damage, when you're that low in health, basically you're gonna get chipped out anyway. So I mean, it does help a little bit, but especially if it comes down to both people having very little left. But, still so-so, I guess, for a bonus. Next epic gear set, we got the 3-piece set, Box Infusion. Torso, arms, and his blaster have the man and machine alternate. Have that like olive green with the red in the back. His new shaders look really good, and there's only a couple of the old ones that I really like. This gear set, the arm pieces just look weird to me. Like, they just do not fit with what's going on with his pieces, I guess. That little weird, I guess, pointy thing that goes up to the top. And then his leg pieces don't look too bad, but he got that little plate in front that kind of like sticks out a little bit from his actual leg. And then his blaster looks kind of cool. I like that source infused howitzer. Blaster looks good. Arm pieces and everything like that. The green and the red. But let's check out the bonuses. What we get: 2 out of 3 bonus health of 200, and then 3 out of 3. Drones created by power of the mother box explode for increased damage and bigger reactions. So maybe, I guess, the bounce is bigger and get some extra damage. So that's kind of cool, as long as you use that. But the mother box or the drones and stuff, that recovery time, I think when I do that, I always get caught up in that stuff. So still gives you some extra bonuses for playing in player matches, which is good. Moving on to the 4-piece set called the Grid Head, Torso, Arms, and Legs. This was, I guess, supposedly the Justice League gear. I added the Justice League cannon on there. The cannon looks good, which looks, similar to the movie, but the gear set that they put in there looks absolutely nothing like the gear set from Justice League. Like, I don't understand why they put it in there if they just did not want to make another gear set for Cyborg, but this looks absolutely nothing like it. What they should have done, I think, instead of actually giving out, you know, putting in the gear set, what they should have done was just give out this shader. You know, the Electrum shader would have been a better actual use for it. As you see, I don't have it unlocked, but when you put it on there, I mean, in the movie, I mean, all of his gear is a silver metal color. And so they should have at least given us the Electrum shader. That way it's somewhat close, but the actual gear set looks nothing like it. It doesn't look bad. He has that big Cyborg symbol in the center, which is cool. I like that. And then, like I said, the cannon looks awesome. Rest of it looks pretty good. I mean, fairly decent. It has the Booyah alternate shader on there. But check out the bonuses. 2 out of 4 bonus defense of 100. 4 out of 4 if hit with a 10 hit or higher combo. There's a 10% chance that a bomb will be released that explodes after a short delay. So only 10% chance. So if you think about it, you know, 1 out of every 10 times you get hit with a 10 hit combo. You know, you take a couple 10 hit combos, you're not going to last very long in a game or in a match. But anyway, 10%, they should have bumped that up to like 50% or something like that to make it actually worth it. But that is his 4-piece and his very last set, which is by far, I think, the best set of them all. It is called the Techno Morph Arsenal. So of course it includes everything. Have the Vic Stone 2.0 alternate shader on there. I like this shader. I think the shader looks super cool, and even his gear set looks pretty good. I wish they would have made the chest piece with the Cyborg symbol in the center. I really like the Cyborg symbol. His headpiece looks cool with the, I guess, the Bane covered mask type of thing. They should have made a headpiece with Cyborg that is like a full facial guard on there, because I've seen, you know, some comics, some stuff like that. I don't remember where I've seen, but I know Cyborg has a piece where it goes over his entire face. So they should have done that at least. And then we have his arm pieces that have those little blades that come out the back. Shoulder pads look good. Back piece, his cannon or his blaster looks awesome. Like I said, with the shader, I think it looks really good too. And then his bonuses, 2 out of 5, anti-magic, receive 25% reduced damage from magic users. If you've ever seen me play with Firestorm, how I have that anti-magic gear set that's up to like 75%. Well, that's without one of these bonuses. You keep regenning some of this gear, you can get over 100% on this anti-magic thing with this particular loadout. So against magic users, this loadout could definitely be overpowered. As far as multiverse, I mean, not in player matches, it doesn't affect it. But 4 out of 5, 25% increase to profile and character experience. 5 out of 5, Cyborg's projectiles are increased in size by 250%. That is absolutely enormous. We'll check it out in the practice mode and stuff, but that is a very large increase, and you'll see how much bigger it actually is. But that is going to do it for all of his epic gear sets. Now let's look at all of his individual epic pieces. First up, we have the head pieces. Like I said, his 5-piece set is by far the best, I think, but they should have made one that covered his entire face. I think that would have been really cool. I know I have seen some, but they just have the ones with just half of his face covered, and then I guess those little pieces that cover maybe the backside, and then of course his neck guard sometimes, well, changes with all of those as well. So, but I mean, his headpieces look alright, but I really wish they would have made one that covered his full entire face. Now his torso pieces, I like the ones that have the Cyborg symbol in the middle. They don't have too many that have that. The rest of them are just, they change his little back pieces or the little plates around his hips. Some pieces in the back, and then his chest pieces change. Got some that go around the ribs and stuff. A lot of them look alright, but I really like the ones that have the big Cyborg symbol in the middle. I wish they would have done a lot more with that in there. I think they could have at least, I don't know, I guess used that symbol to make his gears really stand out. You can see it in the background behind the actual gear plates and stuff. It's just not very many of them you can actually see it. So moving on now to the arm pieces. Cyborg has so much gear. I get so much gear with Cyborg. I think I have like 82 unique pieces with Cyborg. So he has a ton of gear, not necessarily too much different. These are always weird. I don't really like the ones like this that have those little points that come up on the top. But basically just different shoulder pads, different little plates that cover his forearms and stuff like that. Nothing different to underneath his actual arm pieces or anything. But that's pretty much gonna do it for the arm pieces, and then we move on to the leg pieces now. Same thing with his arms. Underneath the plates and stuff, none of that ever changes. It's just those little, I guess, plates that that I guess go on top of it. I think it would have been cool if they would have changed underneath his legs at least a little bit, maybe giving him some I don't know, different types of legs or something. I don't really know, but a lot of these pieces, since they're just plates and stuff, just look the same as you're just moving them around between the body. Moving on to the cannon, last piece. And then just as the front of it is a little different. Side pieces, you know, plates and stuff like that. I really like the one they added for the Justice League one. That's probably my favorite, just because, I don't know, it looks pretty much like the movie, I guess, and just the design of it is pretty cool. I like how different it is. I kind of wish they would have done it, you know, the rest of his pieces obviously like the movie, but or at least giving us the shader. But that's gonna do it for the individual epic pieces. Now we're gonna jump into practice mode and do a demonstration of the abilities. First up, we got air grapple. Cyborg can forward or back grapple while airborne, so this just adds some mobility to Cyborg, you know, just being able to grapple back and forth. He can go forward, he can go backward. It doesn't take him full screen, as you see. If I'm all the way in the back here and I try to grapple forward, it doesn't make it to the other side of Brainiac. So it still gives him some extra mobility. You have to do it in the air, and you can do it, don't have to be at the exact top of it, but kind of cool that it gives him a very quick getaway, a very quick way to get in close to your opponent. Repair circuit. Cyborg releases nanobots to heal damage while active. This one is part of the character power. If you hit it or just tap your character power, just tap B, as you see, 0.67 a bunch of times. It looked like, you know, 6 or 7 times. But if you hold it down, you can sit there and he keeps powering up, and then he gets the extra, all of those 0.67s. 0.67 does not seem like very much, but I guess it is a very quick way to get some extra power. If your character power charges fairly quickly, it looks like it takes, you know, a good 5, 6, 7 seconds. So every 5, 6, 7 seconds you can hold it down, get some extra power, or get some extra health or whatever, but just an easy way to get some health. Boom tube. Cyborg utilizes boom tube technology to teleport towards or away from his opponent. This is another one of his, I guess, mobility abilities. It replaces both of the forward and the backward grapple, though, which I don't know, I guess is kind of unfortunate. But you can boom tube right behind your opponent, or you could boom tube away from your opponent. There is no, I guess forward would be behind the opponent, but you can do either one of them. It is pretty quick for the most part, and it does look like it goes full screen. So even if you're all the way on the other side of the screen, you can get behind your opponent. So at least that's good. Gives you a way to move around quicker. Air hyper jump. Cyborg gains additional jump while airborne. Here we got another mobility ability. It gives you like a double jump almost like Batman's double jump or triple jump. You know, you jump in the air and you just push up again and he will do, I guess, a hyper jump. You know, gets up in the air, be able to move around, some extra distance, kind of can cause up, I guess, some mix-ups or something if your opponent anticipating when you're going to come down. But I guess I like the animation with this one anyway, and it feels pretty smooth when you actually do it. But you know, just more mobility for Cyborg. Body shield nanobots form a barrier of protection, shielding Cyborg in armor. So this one we have very similar theme. The other one, the other character power one that he had was to repair himself. Now this is to shield himself. So when you do, you have to use your character power. You hold down the character power and he will, I guess, absorb a hit. Once you take the hit though, then it goes away, but he doesn't get knocked over. He doesn't do any of that stuff. And if you hold it down long enough, depending on how, I guess, hard it is or how hard a hit it is, sometimes it doesn't take any damage. Sometimes he will take some damage like that. Didn't take any damage for that one. But he'll take the hit, won't fall over, won't do any of that stuff, which is nice. See if he does it with the super. Well, he still gets hit with the super, unfortunately. But all the other hits, he can absorb it and not fall over. Air Cybercharge Cyborg boosts forward while airborne. Meter burning allows Cyborg to grapple away. So before we get into checking out his actual abilities, I was going to show you with his gear set, 250%, what that looks like. As you see, look how large the actual from the Nova Blaster is. I mean, that is a lot larger than his original one. His original one almost looks like the size of a bullet. Pretty much, it's so small. But this one is really cool. I really like this particular, I guess, bonus of his gear. 250% is awesome. Much larger hitbox. So getting back to his abilities, the Cybercharge, Air Cybercharge. This is one of my favorite animations. So in the air, you just go back and give him a quick shot right to the face. Doesn't knock him down, and you don't have any time, I guess, from the recovery and stuff to make a move. But you can actually meter burn it and then grapple out of the way. So kind of gives you a chance to like hit him real quick and then run. Hit him and split. But you can do it backwards. So when you air grapple and hit him, you can do just a back grapple instead of a regular one. Like that one goes across the screen, but you can do, when you do the air back grapple, you can just go the backwards way. And the last one, directed arm blaster. When performing a Nova Blaster from the ground or air, Cyborg can adjust the angle of the meter burn shots to fire in the same direction as the initial blast. And with this one, just gives you more versatility with the Nova Blaster. As you see, when you fire just the Nova Blaster straight on and then meter burn it, it fires one straight on and then one kind of upwards. Well, you can meter burn it and push it down, and then he'll just fire two of them down. Same when you do it in the air. If you meter burn it, it fires one straight and then one down, but you can meter burn it and it will fire, let's see, he fires two that go in the actual same direction. So just gives you more versatility, I guess, in the, you know, what you want to do as far as his Nova Blaster. You can do some of them straight, you can do some of them up. Like that one, when you meter burn it, it does one up and then one down. But we can meter burn it and he'll fire two of them up in the same direction. So again, just gives you more versatility when it comes to the Nova Blaster and when you meter burn it and what directions you actually want to do them in and all of that stuff. Alright, well that's going to do it for all of Cyborg, all of his epic gear sets, individual epic pieces, and his abilities. Let me know what you think about Cyborg. You know, do you like his gear? I definitely think they could have improved on, I guess, the effort quality that they put into the Justice League stuff. Cannon looks good. His gear, on the other hand, I think that was a lazy way to go about doing it. Again, could have gave us the shader, but they did nothing to the gear to make it even look remotely close to it. But anyways, that's going to do it for Cyborg. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. Appreciate all the support. Check out the Twitter and Twitch. I'll check you out in the next video. I'm out. Peace.